Fantasy AI. All right, in the computer room today, we're going to look at worst wide receiver schedules. Who has the toughest road ahead for the wide receivers? All right, you know some of them. How about Stevens from Baltimore, McDuffie from the Chiefs, Alexander from the Packers, Bland from Dallas, Sauce Gardner from the Jets, and Jalen Johnson from the Bears. What do they all got in common? Yeah, they're good. They're good in the secondary, but they all play Houston, right? Tough road ahead for them. So what do? We take the schedule. We take the best defenses against wide receivers. We put them all together, calculate it up, and find out who has the worst wide receiver schedules for next year. All right, so let's take a look. Let's get started here and see who. First up, we have Davante Adams in Vegas. All right, well, he finished 14th last year, comes in 17th ranked this year, has the 10th hardest schedule, right? Hey, Davante Adams turns 32 this year. There was some talk about where he should be. They said, this is where I want to be here in Las Vegas. So Jacoby Myers has a second year, I believe, of his 3-year, $33 million deal. So Gardner Minshew looks like he's going to be the quarterback there. So, I mean, here they got it ranked 17th, 10th hardest schedule. Maybe I'd back off on that a little bit. Anyway, let's look at Buffalo here with the 9th hardest schedule. Who's going to be their wide receiver this year? You know, they lost Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs, right? That's 241 targets from last year are gone. All right? They were, hey, you know what? They were one of the top 10 passing teams, right? So someone's got to take over for them. Well, if you look at these rankings, the best one ranked is this rookie, Keenan Coleman. Next up is the 47th ranked Curtis Samuel. At least I put him on here because at least we've seen him before. And Shakir from last year. He didn't score as much as Samuel, so I put Samuel on there as the example. But these rankings, look at that. Someone's got to catch some stuff. So, hey, there might be some opportunity, even though they have the 9th hardest. But, boy, they're not giving any credit to any Buffalo wide receiver. Moving on. Nico Collins in Houston. Teased you on that one here. Look at this. Finished 9th last year. Almost 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns, 12 points a game. Kind of a surprise last year. They have him coming in ranked 14th for next year, right? Well, they got them all ranked pretty high. All of his teammates got Nico coming in there at 14. And then you have Tank Dell coming in here with the 21st ranking. I mean, yeah, there's some good weapons there, and they're excited. Stephon Diggs, 27th. That's 3 pretty ranked high receivers from the same team. And they signed this Noah Brown back. 1 year, $5 million deal. He's back again. So you got to give him a little bit of, throw him a bone now and then. And you got Dalton Schultz and the running backs. So anyway, you add it all up with what those positions scored last year, the 14th, 21, and 27th. Add in those other people. Well, to justify those rankings, C.J. Stroud's going to have to throw for 5,121 yards. What's that mean? These are all ranked too high. So something's got to give. So you either stay away from all of them, or if you're getting one of them, you better get them cheap. Because that's just way too overpriced. Moving on. Jamar Chase. He's got the 7th hardest schedule next year. You can see right here, they got him ranked 4th. Finished 13th last year. Well, let's take a look at that. Year ago, or first year, 2 years or 3 years ago, his rookie year, came on like a fire. Finished 3rd that year. Well, what's he done lately? Hadn't been in the top 10. Got an 11th place finish 2 years ago, and last year was 13th. All right? So on this ranking here, 7th hardest schedule, comes in 4th. I think perhaps we're looking through the rearview mirror a little bit, trying to drive. Yeah, he was good 3 years ago, but hadn't been top 10 last 2 years. And now he comes in ranked 4. T. Higgins is no slouch. I think he's overpriced. Move on. Mike Evans. Tampa Bay comes in with the 6th hardest schedule. Look at that last year. 13 touchdowns. Baker just throw it up and he'd come down with it. 1,250 yards receiving. Woo! Almost 12 points game average. Boy, he was a difference maker last year. You can see 10 years in a row he's had 1,000 yards receiving. That's a great accomplishment. You know, here, these last few years, now it looks like he finished 4th, but the years before that, he was the 6th, the 16th, and the 10th finishing receivers. So he's perpetually always around there getting that 1,000 yards. Chris Godwin's still there. But you can see here he comes in with the 6th hardest schedule, ranked 10th. I think that might be a little high at 10. Certainly full value. But hard schedule. Baker, I think the glitter's going to wear off there maybe this year. I don't know. Let's see how we rank him later. Hey, coming up with the 5th hardest schedule is Kansas City. This is 5th hardest wide receiver schedule. I put Marquise Brown as their lead guy, I guess. He come in 52nd last year, ranked 34th. He had some stuff. He 574 yards, 4 touchdowns, so he got something. Had a little heel problem last year, it looks like. He's 27 years old. So he's still not too old. Hey, comes in $7 million contract 1 year. Let's see what he can do. So the noise is, of course, Worthy, the rookie. Fastest guy in the draft, comes in, he's going to play. And of course, the other news, of course, is Rashid Rice created his own sophomore slump with some bad driving. So we got some problems there. But anyway, Kansas City, not only you saw in the quarterback that Patrick Mahomes has kind of a rough schedule. Of course, it would stand to reason the wide receivers do too. But 5th hardest, I don't know, Kansas City. See what happens there this year. Anyway, moving on. 4th hardest schedule is Pickens. Normally, we'd love Pickens here. Look at this. 23rd last year. Pretty good. 1,140 yards. Only 5 touchdowns, but hey, that's pretty good. And you see he's in his 3rd year. Right? That's when they start getting good. We love that. But Deontay Johnson's gone too. He's on to Carolina. So he's got the job himself here. Got Russell Wilson. They're battling for the quarterback position. But Justin Fields with him. But we're going to see 4th hardest schedule. So even at the 23rd ranking, I don't know that being too much of a rush for him. Maybe that right there, we'll see. But anyway, 4th hardest schedule for Pittsburgh. Moving on. Whew, I can tell you right now, do not take Cortland Sutton. Look at this. 3rd hardest schedule. Has a rookie quarterback coming in next year, right? Hasn't had 1,000 yards since 2019. Everyone's talking Cortland Sutton up. You know, hey, well, show me where we hadn't had 1,000 yards in 3-4 years now. Did I mention he had a rookie quarterback? Ain't nothing to like here for next year. So I would stay away from this. Moving on. 3rd hardest schedule. Whew. Comes in ranked 40th. Now that is staying away. So I guess you could, down that far, you could take a flyer. Who knows? But anyway, moving on. The 2nd hardest schedule. What a bummer here. Tyreek Hill. Finished 2nd. Haven't ranked 2nd for the next year. 1,800 yards, 13 touchdowns. Woo! What a year last year. 259 points there. You can see 16-point average. Just incredible. He scores as much as the running backs do, or the top ones, Anyway, see some of the finishes there. Finished 2nd last year, but had a 1st place finish these last few years. 26th place finish, but hey, he only played 12 games. 2nd place finish, 7th place finish, 3rd place, 2, 2nd place. You can see he's always in the top here. Top 2 and 3, it looks like. But expect that as much doing. Now, the only thing with this tough schedule, here you got Waddle, and of course you got Beckham signing there. That don't scare me. So the only problem is that with schedule that I might want to move Justin Jefferson ahead of him, make him almost 3rd. I don't know. We'll see as we finally start doing our rankings. Check back, hit that subscribe so you know when I put out my rankings. But anyway, moving on. Joshua Palmer, LA Chargers, right? They got the toughest schedule. Not that you were looking at some of these guys anyway. You can see he's ranked 61st next year. I put him on here because he's actually done something. Although the most attractive is probably going to be this rookie, Lad McConkey. All right. Like I was saying, I had him in my rookie lightning video. I had him one of the 4 rookies to look out for. That, hey, that might have a good year. I don't know that he'll explode. But out of the 4, I thought he was going to be one of the Joshua Palmer here. Quentin Johnston, nothing last year, just didn't. Anyway, all these guys, I'm not in love with any of them. Here at Chargers, you just stay away. Don't know what's going to happen. New coach. Hey, moving on. And, Fantasy AI. Hit that thumbs up. All right, if you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you don't like it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. But, all right. This is where I like to fill my shorts. Warning, this is a rapid repeat. All right, looking at wide receivers with a worst schedule for next year. Devontae Adams in Las Vegas comes in at 10. Who's the receiver in Buffalo this year? Well, when we figured out, they got the 9th hardest schedule. Everyone's darling Houston, and a crowded receiver room comes in with the 8th hardest schedule. Jamar Chase hasn't seen top 10 in 2 years, yet they got him ranked at 4th, and the 7th hardest schedule. Mike Evans, 10 years in a row, 1,000 yards, 6th hardest schedule. Let's keep it going. How about Kansas City's number 1, Marquise Brown? Comes in with a 5th hardest schedule for next year. Pittsburgh comes in with 4th hardest schedule. Cortland Sutton hasn't seen 1,000 yards since 2019, has a rookie quarterback and the 3rd hardest schedule pass. Tyreek Hill comes in with the 2nd hardest schedule. Maybe Justin Jefferson at the 2nd wide receiver. And LA Chargers comes in with not much at wide receiver and the hardest schedule, pass.